If you had to grow up too fast, you might feel like you missed out on something essential. Maybe you were taking care of siblings when other kids were playing. Maybe you were managing adult emotions before you even understood your own. Maybe you became the responsible one, the reliable one, the one everyone leaned on long before you were ready. And for years you've probably carried that as a wound, something that was taken from you. But what if I told you that the very thing you think damaged you actually built something rare inside you? What if growing up too fast didn't just steal your childhood, but quietly equipped you with strengths most people spend a lifetime trying to develop? Today, we're exploring 4 hidden psychological strengths that emerge when you're forced to mature earlier than you should have. And by the end, you might see your past in a completely different light. The first hidden strength is emotional intelligence that others can't fake. When you grow up too fast, you're exposed to complex emotions and difficult situations before your brain is supposed to handle them. You learn to read the room. You notice when someone's smile doesn't reach their eyes. You can sense tension before a word is spoken. Psychology shows that children who take on caregiving or emotional support roles early develop what researchers call heightened emotional attunement. You weren't just observing feelings, you were managing them, navigating them, trying to keep everything stable. And that forced practice created a skill most adults still struggle with. You can hold space for other people's pain without needing to fix it immediately. You understand nuance. You know that people are complicated, that hurt doesn't always look like crying, that strength doesn't always look like confidence. This isn't something you can learn from a book. It's a lived, embodied intelligence that makes you the person others instinctively trust when things fall apart. The second hidden strength is resilience that runs deeper than optimism. Growing up too fast means you've already survived things that would break other people. You've faced uncertainty. You've carried weight you shouldn't have had to carry. And somehow, you're still here. Research indicates that early adversity, when paired with even minimal support or internal coping, can build what psychologists call stress inoculation. It's the psychological equivalent of a muscle that's been trained under pressure. You don't panic easily because you've already been through worse. You don't crumble when plans fall apart because adaptability is your default mode. And here's what's important. This isn't toxic positivity. You're not resilient because you pretend everything's fine. You're resilient because you've learned to keep moving, even when it's not. You know how to function in chaos. You know how to find solutions when there aren't good options. You've developed a quiet, unshakable core that doesn't need everything to be perfect in order to survive. That's not a small thing. That's a rare and powerful foundation most people never build. Maybe there wasn't anyone available to help. Maybe the adults in your life were overwhelmed themselves. The third hidden strength is independence that borders on self-reliance. When you have to grow up too fast, you learn early that you can't always wait for someone to save you, maybe there. So you figured things out. You became resourceful. You learned to solve your own problems, manage your own emotions, make your own decisions. Psychology shows that early autonomy, even when it's forced, can lead to a strong internal locus of control. That means you believe your actions matter. You don't wait for permission. You don't need constant validation to move forward. You trust yourself because you've had to. And while that independence might have felt lonely at times, it also means you're not easily thrown off course by other people's opinions. You're not paralyzed by fear of failure because you've already failed and recovered more times than most people attempt anything. You don't need someone to tell you you're capable. You've already proven it to yourself 100 times over. That kind of self-trust is something people pay therapists and coaches to try to build. You earned it the hard way. The fourth hidden strength is empathy, rooted in lived experience. When you grow up too fast, you don't just learn about hardship intellectually. You live it, you feel it. And that creates a kind of compassion that's impossible to perform. You don't judge people for struggling because you know what struggling looks like from the inside. You don't dismiss someone's pain as weakness because you've carried pain yourself and kept going. Research indicates that people who experience adversity in childhood, especially relational or emotional challenges, often develop what's called empathic accuracy. You can imagine what someone else is going through because you've been in the dark yourself. You don't need them to explain or justify their feelings. You just get it. and that makes you safe. People feel seen around you, not because you're trying to fix them, but because you're willing to sit with them in the hard stuff without flinching. This kind of empathy isn't performative. It's not about saying the right thing. It's about being someone who understands that life is complicated and people are doing their best, even when their best doesn't look like much. That's a gift, even if it came from a painful place. So, if you grew up too fast, I want you to hear this. You didn't just survive, you built something. You developed emotional intelligence that most people never access. You forged resilience that doesn't crumble under pressure. You cultivated independence that doesn't need constant reassurance. And you earned empathy that can't be taught, only lived. None of this erases what you went through. You deserved a childhood. You deserve to feel safe and carefree and unburdened. And it's okay to grieve what you didn't get. But it's also okay to acknowledge what you did gain. You're not broken. You're not damaged beyond repair. You're someone who learned hard lessons early and turned them into quiet, profound strengths. And the world needs people like you. People who can hold complexity. People who don't fall apart when things get hard. People who understand that everyone's fighting battles we can't see. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing. We explore the hidden psychology behind who you are, why you think the way you do, and the surprising strengths that come from the things you thought made you different. You're not alone in this, and your story matters. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.